Hello everyone, and welcome to Math 1314 section 081. So this is an online section. It's 16 weeks, and my name's Terry Barnes, and I'll be helping you with this journey. So I wanted to take this short video and show you how the course is set up and what my expectations for how you would do it would be. So along the top here is your nav bar, and if you've used Brightspace before, you're familiar with that. This is where you'll access your homework, your grade book, and you could access content here, but I've put the content that I want you to have right here. So let's go through, and here's where your announcements will be, and you've already seen that if you're watching this video. But I will put announcements every week, probably either on Saturday or Sunday for the following week. And it's important that you read that for any reminders or notes that you need to get. So first thing is the instructor plan. We're not going to read that here, but I'm going to show you. If you click on it and you go through here, here's all my contact information, and office hours are posted in Brightspace. I'll show you that in a moment. You do need a graphing calculator. You don't have a required text. The e-text is in the course already, and when you paid tuition, you covered that. So you don't have to worry that, but you do need a calculator. If you use something other than an 84, say you use the Inspire, that's fine. I don't teach with that, so if you know how to use it, you are fine doing that. The only other thing, grading, there's homework, tests, and a final. Homework counts 30% of your average, tests count 50, and the final exam is 20. In this red here, it says before each test is available, all the homework assignments must be completed with at least a 70% on that unit. In other words, you've got to pass the homework for Chapter 3 before the test for Chapter 3 will even open for you. So keep that in mind. Let's see. And I think that that is it as far as the high points of the syllabus. And you can go back and read that fully at your leisure. So there's some important student resources here for you, and you could look through that. Here's my schedule and office hours. So if you click that, it's the same thing you would see if you were in the building, but it does have when I'm teaching and where I'm teaching, and here is your course down here on the online. But I'm in my office Tuesday a lot, Thursday 7:30 to 8, 11:30 to 12:30. Monday I'm not on campus, but if you needed to meet with me, Zoom by request, 9 to 11, and we could meet if you needed to. So that's my course schedule. Let's look at the rest of the content area. So here we have the calendar. Now, the calendar for my online course just shows the weeks, and this is a suggested calendar. So in week 1, you might go through the calculator unit because there is a calculator exam. So I'll show you about that when we get to the content. But it's just a suggestion. If you come up on week 3 and you can't get those 3 sections done, that's okay. They're not due then. Everything is due down here at the end of the course. This is a suggestion for how you could break it up so that you could stay on track. And I will always remind you, as if you're following this calendar, this is what you should be doing this week. But maybe this week you have lots of time and you get enough of week 3 and week 4 all done together. So that's fine as well. You do need to work on something each week to count for attendance. So in other words, if all you could do here in week 2 was go in and work on one section, that's fine. That will count for your attendance. So you do have to work on something, but you do not have to follow this specifically. It is a suggestion. All right, down here, there are also my contact info, which I already shared with you, but you can get it there. Here's some handouts. I skipped something and we'll come back to it. There's a yellow packet. And remember I mentioned TI Inspire. If you use that calculator, then click on here. There's a document that I created that helps you do some things that you may not have done on the Inspire, but that we're doing in our course. So if you use that calculator, there's that. This one is a document that you would get handed if you were in my face-to-face class. It's full of information, formulas, things that we're going to cover, helpful hints. I'm just scrolling through here. Special functions on the calculator that you will need to do. Regression we're going to do. Matrices, and then a chart of powers. And then this is 5.7, some linear, constructing nonlinear models with regression. So there's lots of stuff. If I were taking the course online, I would print that and have that as a resource when I was doing homework or when I was taking a test. That would be my expectation. Below that is calculator help. So if you want to work on this at the beginning, there is something that shows phone apps. If you do not own a calculator, there are some apps that are great. There are some worksheets and videos. If you click there, here's a video playlist of all these. So here's the worksheets: finding the correct window, how to do intercepts, max or min, solving an equation. All of those are just worksheets that would help you. You don't turn them in. They're not for a grade. And then this calculator playlist takes you to YouTube, and all those videos show you how to work on those worksheets. So if you don't know how to do a specific thing, maybe come there and look through that video. Let's go back to that. And right here is the calculator exam review. And so that's going to give you a hint as to what the calculator test looks like. It's 10 questions, and you can take that test over and over till you get the grade you want, which I would hope would be 100. So you can pull this up, print it, try it on your calculator, and here it has the answers right here underneath each question, but that will help you with that. Then if you also went back, let me get back to this the other way. Here is a video, and it will be me working each of those review questions with the emulator showing, so you could see that. So I would do that at least if you think that you're great on the calculator, and you may be, that's awesome. Do this review on the calculator exam before you take it the first time. That might help you. All right, now let's go back to this part. This is where all your big info is. If we click here, you've got a set of problem sets, a set of lecture notes, and lecture videos for every section that we will cover. Here also is your e-text. So if we go to problem sets and go to chapter 1 and 2, here's your first one that's covered. This is a PDF, and you might print it, but these are blank problems that are going to prepare you for the homework. Now the answers for them are there, and you might print them and see if you know what's going on. If you've had Algebra 2 in high school, you may be great with this, but if not, there's some practice. Now let's go back to home. So that was problem sets. Let's look at lecture notes. Same chapter 1 and 2. There's that section. When we pull that up, there's notes that you would be taking down if you were in class, and I go over things, and then eventually we get down here to the problem set, and you can see that there is work and answers. If you're graphing it on the computer, there's some little hints about what you're going to do, and all the answers are there. If it's something that needed to be worked out, it's worked out. And so those are the lecture notes. And let's finally go to the videos. So I clicked on the videos, and each one of these is a playlist. So if we go to chapter 1 and 2 playlist, it's going to bring you to my YouTube channel. You can play this video. Some of them are longer, 22 minutes. Some of them are quite short, 9 minutes. But it's going to be me going over those problems that are in the problem set and the lecture notes, and showing you and talking about how the answers were arrived at. So you have problem set, lecture note, and video for every section. Let's see what the homework then looks like. Okay, so say that you have gone here and you've gone through everything on on section 1.3. You go up here to your homework and tests. All of your homework and tests are out here already. So you can see everything is due April 30th at 11:59 p.m. That's when the course closes. So every single item is due then, but it's all available now. Now, the little green flags show you that there's prereqs. Remember I mentioned that? Well, those tell you that you have to get a 70 on all those before it will open. There's also a time showing. You have 2 hours for Chapter 1 and 2 test. You have 90 minutes for the calculator test. And remember I said you have infinite tries on that one. You have 2 tries on every chapter test, and you have 1 try on the final. You have 150 minutes on the final. You also have 150 minutes on Chapter 4, so you just have a little bit longer there. So everything's here, it's available. Now, if we went to 1.3, that's what we were looking at in the problem sets. So these should mimic, if not exactly, really closely to what you saw in your problem set. So the first question says write this in interval notation, and you would have gone over that and you would know what you're doing. And say I didn't know what I was doing and I just put a bunch of stuff here, and I click on check my answer at the bottom, and it says recall a parenthesis is used, blah blah blah. It gives you a hint here. We do it, and then I say no, I'm just going to leave that answer, but you would change it, you would get something else, and you get 3 tries. So now it's on the final check. When I hit final check, it says the correct answer was this, and what I put was this. So you can do that. And then at the bottom, which you can't see on your video, it says, do you want a similar question? So right then you could go in, have it regenerate. If I do that right now, if I hit similar question, it changed what was here, but it's the same kind of question. If you didn't want to do that, you could go on to any of the other questions, and it will save, and then you can come back and do it at another time. So that is how that will work. Let me show you one other thing. At the bottom of this, and you can't see it, but it says view an example, which I've already given you examples, but it says get more help, and it'll say ask my instructor. If I click that, this box is going to come up, and it's going to send me an email from you specifically about this question. And in here you could say, I've tried this, I don't know what else to do, can you point me in a direction, however you want to word it. And it will send it directly to me, and then I can get back to you on that. So if you have a question specific to a particular question, that get more help and ask my instructor is a great way to send me your question. So that's that for the homework. And that is the same place that you would take your test. You would hit here and go to the test. So in the grade book, you can click the grade book here, and this is the Pearson grade book, not the Brightspace grade book, although both will be having the same stuff. But this shows that I just opened that homework. I spent 2 minutes, the date that I did it, the date that I started, the date that I finished, and that I made 0 out of 12. And so I'll be able to see that, and you'll be able to see that. It will always show you your current overall score. It will also show you here all the homework that you've done, the quiz. This is the final exam, and then the tests are here. There are 6 of them. So it will keep a little tab, like a running tab of what you've done. And so keep an eye on that and make sure that you're keeping up with what you want to do. So let's go back to the home screen. Okay, I think that that will get you going in the course. If you have any questions, contact me. I'm delighted that we're doing this journey together, and I hope that it will be as simple as it can be for you. But if you run into trouble, do let me know. Again, work on something every week to count present, and you need to get into the grade book, and you need to have worked on something to not be dropped for non-participation. The state came out with a new rule, and by a certain date, we have to delete anybody that isn't participating. So I will put an announcement about that date. It's, I believe, January 16th, but I will make sure of that and put that out. So the best thing is to go ahead, get in, work on something, and then you don't have to worry about that at all. All right, good luck, and I look forward to working with you.